Hi, welcome to the podcast for When the Curves Line Up for April 28, 2024, featuring Jupiter and the Pleiades in the evening sky. Please see the article that includes diagrams of today's events on the website at whenthecurveslineup.com. Text by Jeffrey L. Hunt. In Chicago, sunrise occurs at 5:50 a.m. Central Daylight Time, followed by sunset at 7:47 p.m. As spring's midpoint approaches, planet viewing is somewhat sparse. The 5 bright planets are near the Sun, appearing in twilight before sunrise or shortly after sunset. Here is today's planet forecast. In the morning sky, the waning gibbous moon, 81% illuminated, is low in the southern sky an hour before sunrise. It is near the famous part of Sagittarius, known as the Teapot. With the bright moonlight, the stars are difficult to see. A binocular helps with their identification, although the moon may leave a temporary afterimage in vision, like that from a camera flash. The lunar orb is 1.9 degrees to the upper right of the star Al-Nasl, meaning the point of the arrow. This identifies the pattern as an image of a centaur with a bow and arrow. Mars and Saturn are in the eastern sky at 45 minutes before sunrise. Saturn is easier to see over 10 degrees above the east-southeast horizon. It is visible, but the identification is easier through the binocular. The ringed wonder rises 2 minutes earlier each morning compared to sunset. Its height above the horizon, known as the altitude, is higher each morning, but noticeably higher from week to week. Mars passed Saturn in a close conjunction on the 10th. It continues to march eastward, opening a wide gap with the more distant planet. This morning it is over 7 degrees above the eastern horizon and 12.1 degrees to Saturn's lower left, too far away for both planets to fit into the same binocular field. Mars' altitude and reddish color blend with the rosy hues of morning twilight. Use the binocular to find Saturn and then move it to the lower left to see Mars. Mercury and Venus are not visible, hidden in the bright light of approaching sunrise. Mercury rises 43 minutes before the Sun. It is moving toward an unremarkable apparition in the eastern morning sky next month. Venus rises 17 minutes before the Sun. It is heading toward a solar conjunction during early June, followed by a wide swing into western evening twilight. In the evening sky, Jupiter is quickly leaving the evening sky. Its solar conjunction occurs on May 18th. At 45 minutes after sundown, the Jovian giant is less than 5 degrees above the west-northwest horizon. It sets 4 minutes earlier compared to sunset each evening. While the planet is bright and can be easily seen near the horizon, terrestrial obstacles likely block its view. Jupiter continues to move eastward compared the starry background. Tonight, it is 8.2 degrees below the Pleiades star cluster. At this level of twilight, use the binocular to see them. The stars in the cluster are dimmer than the Big Dipper's stars and are difficult to see as they are lower during evening twilight. The star cluster reaches its solar conjunction on May 20th, only 2 days after Jupiter. The solar system's largest planet overtakes the star cluster on May 25th, when it rises only 10 minutes before the Sun. By the time they rise into a darker morning sky, Jupiter is east of the cluster and outside the same binocular field. Jupiter passes 3.5 degrees to the lower left of the cluster again on April 24, 2036. An hour after sundown, Jupiter is over 10 degrees above the west-northwest horizon. The long interval is from Jupiter's nearly 12-year solar orbital period. During this trek, Jupiter appears to move eastward through the constellations behind the ecliptic, known as the zodiac, returning to the Pleiades again. Tonight, Jupiter sets 73 minutes after nightfall, ending the day's planet display. Thank you for listening. Please read the articles at whenthecurveslineup.com.